Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kathy. So this is a special video. This is a request from the channel The Thrifty Citizen. You'll have to go check her out and I'll leave her linked in the title. So this is going over the meaning of Luke chapter 4 verses 18 and 19. So, and also a quick shout out. I'm wearing my God a Minute shirt. I've worn it before, but I have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you everyone and welcome. And yeah, if you want to check out his channel too, he's a creator in Canada and has a fairly large channel, and he mostly does prophecy videos, also really encouraging topics and videos. And if you think about it, say a prayer for him. He's going through a lot right now. That's Aaron. So, all right, so let's dive into this. And this, I'm not a Bible expert or a theologian or anything. I just, my subscriber had asked for me to do a little description video on these verses, because I had put in a previous video, hey, if anyone wants me to research something or explain something, I just do my own research and find out what I can find out. So yeah, and there's so much more. Someone else might find a different explanation or a different synopsis. So first off, we will read it. Okay. So I have my Bible here. This is a King James Version. So Luke chapter 4. Get my trusty reading glasses. Okay, verses 18 and 19. So this is Jesus talking. So verse 18, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Okay, so just some research I did on it to get a little description was that these verses are about Jesus proclaiming his mission to bring good news to the poor and proclaim freedom for prisoners, give sight to the blind, set the oppressed free, and proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Okay, so highlighting his purpose to bring spiritual liberation and restoration to those in need. So all those categories, he can bring restoration and liberation to those in need. So these verses, in essence, embody the message of Jesus, fulfilling the ancient prophecies of bringing good news to the poor. So maybe people who don't have access to going to church or watching the news or watching anything or even having a radio, if there are missionaries going around the world to poor areas, which Jesus says to do that. Yeah, so that would be proclaiming the good news to the poor. All right. And also bringing freedom to the captives. That could mean people who are oppressed or, being held captive, maybe in places like Africa where Christians might be kidnapped and held, things like that. I mean, it can happen anywhere. Okay, so freedom to the captives and healing to the brokenhearted. So definitely Jesus brings healing to the brokenhearted. So it speaks of a transformative power that transcends just physical boundaries. So, I mean, you could read those couple verses a few times and just dive into each section. So he says it was his mission to bring good news to the poor of the world, proclaim freedom for prisoners. You know, maybe if people are wrongly accused of something, wrongly imprisoned, or even people who are legitimately in prison for what they did, you know, Jesus can still reach them and talk to them and bring them to him. And he can give sight to the blind, definitely. And yeah, set the oppressed free. Maybe you're oppressed, not just physically, maybe being held somewhere, being oppressed by your beliefs. Maybe you can't speak at the place where you work, or, you know, depending on where you are in the world. You know, let's just say the Middle East, for example, and you're in an Islamic country, Muslim country. You know, you probably wouldn't go to a market or a grocery store proclaiming Jesus. So, you know, if the population is like 99% Muslim, that might affect your freedom of speech, your freedom of actions. If you're going to be a street preacher, I doubt that would last very long, unfortunately. So yes, he talks about setting the oppressed free and proclaiming the year of the Lord's favor. All right, so we have to claim that Jesus's favor is on us. We have victory through Jesus and all he did. So if we have trials and tribulations that we're going through, we have to know that we can claim victory. Jesus has already gone ahead of us and taken care of everything, worked all things out for our good. So you might go through a rough patch, but at the end of that, it will turn out for your good, for what's better for you. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you have any requests also, I'd be more than happy. I mean, this is a learning chance for me too. If someone is asking, hey, I don't understand this verse or this chapter or this book, yeah, I'll do my best to do research and bring to you what I can find out, without taking like 5 hours of your time. But yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and it's fun to research and find out exactly all the little nuggets in the Bible that are there for us. So hope everyone's doing well, and make sure you check out God a Minute and also The Thrifty Citizen. She's in Slovenia, and I will link her in the title. So make sure you like, subscribe if you aren't already, and share with anyone who you think might enjoy the content. This channel is all for Jesus, and leave me a comment. I would love that. And I will see everyone in the next video. All right. God bless.